Welcome back to Game-Based Learning in the World Language Classroom. The why, what, and how. We're on section 3 of my book, The How. I'm Madame Sensei. I teach Spanish, French, and Japanese, and now English to high schoolers out here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Reach me at studio-nemo.com, Roxem, Minecraft Education Ambassadors, or the Minecraft Teachers Lounge, or the Duolingo Educators Network if you want to help me make up new games. And today, I'm talking about gamifying your classroom. We've been talking about writing games. We've been talking about all sorts of board games. We've been talking about card games. We've been talking about actual normal games that students play anyway. And now I'm going to talk about just giving your classroom the sense that it's a fun place to be, because that will help lower your students' affective filters. So remember that gamifying is you're basically leveraging the bells and whistles of what a game is in order to keep your students engaged. So first suggestion is for those of us who've dabbled in GLAD techniques, guided language acquisition development, and I talk about this in another playlist, you're going to recognize table points. You give table points. Oh, you guys worked well together. Your table gets 5 points. You guys came up with some interesting sentences, 5 points. Did you solve a problem that you encountered? Well, that was a big problem, so I'm going to give you 10 points. Oh, hey, we were just playing a game and you won the game. Your table gets 7 points. So this gives you an opportunity to award all those soft skills, those things that, you better keep out of the grade book, because you're not teaching your students how to be decent human beings. You're teaching them how to speak Spanish, right? Or French or whatever. But you really want to encourage them. Okay, so you need to keep them out of the grade book, but you really want to encourage them. And this is a real focus on social emotional learning. And this is really important to call out. And we who teach communication, we already embed a lot of social emotional learning into instruction. So it's not really a big deal for us to draw attention to everything that we do. All right, so in the GLAD technique, you're supposed to have this poster on the wall, and every time some table group gets points, you go over to the poster and you make a big deal about adding the table points. But this is my classroom, okay? Here's my whiteboard right here. There's a teeny bit of space up in the front for the skits. I have 36 students in the classroom, so right now I have a boring table arrangement of 6 at each table. Normally I do like U-shaped things, but I've got 36 in each class. All the photocopies I need for the month are right here. Here's the Spanish books on wheels, so I can move it around when I need to. Here's the French books on this side and the Japanese books on this side on wheels. My desk is up here in the corner. I have a little bookshelf for all my teaching books, some of my teaching books. And then I have 3 cabinets here that are crammed with games. And then I have students put their backpacks against the walls, because I don't want to trip over them again when I'm playing games, because I already broke my foot a couple of years ago. I have a whiteboard right here with an old projector screen that the custodians were throwing away. I said, don't throw that away. I want it. I put it right in front of the whiteboard, and now I pull it down and I've got anchor charts on it. And over here I have another whiteboard and I have a projector screen in front, and I pull it down and I've got anchor charts. And so my walls are totally filled with stuff. There is no way I can put another poster up. So instead I started thinking, well, what can I do? I mean, I could project them on the whiteboard and then between each class change them, or save them and then go to the next class. But I've got enough open. Okay, I've got all my files open for the day, all my flip charts open for the day, and I go between Spanish, French, and Japanese, and now between English also. So I've got hundreds of files open. The kids laugh when they look at my tabs. Okay, because there's so many things open, because I don't want to waste time looking for them in the middle of the day. So I decided, no, I'm not going to add another thing there. So what I did instead, first I played with Classcraft. Okay, Classcraft is like a Dungeons and Dragons skin for your class. Frankly, it's a little too bloated for what I want to do. Someday I'm going to go back to it and play with it more, but it's just too giant for what I need. Okay, but I did like that I could put it in French and I could put it in Spanish. Could not put it in Japanese, but that was cool. All right, but About the time I was experimenting with Classcraft, I was also looking at Class Dojo and I was trying to decide between them. But now I have a friend who works at Class Dojo France, and that's Bridget, and she's absolutely wonderful. And so as I was developing what am I going to do, she was helping me with it. So friends in high places, I guess. But this is what I did. I named all my table groups after I did it for Classcraft too. Well, no, I guess you can't see in that picture, but I named them after some location that speaks the target language. So now they're learning country names or city names or prefectures. Okay, so like I had to name it. This is period 6, French 2, and these are the tables. And you can see French 3's got different points. Here Belgique has 47. La Belgique. Here La Belgique has 32. 32. Here's period 5. Here's my first period Spanish, and you see I've got the Spanish speaking countries. Here's second period Spanish. Here's my Japanese. Somehow when I took the screenshot, I didn't notice that the eggs hadn't hatched yet, but that's okay. Now, technically speaking, you're awarding table points, and actually they are meaningless. Okay, it's like you're playing a game of basketball and you win by, you have 110 points and the other team has 87 points. Yay! You don't give an award, right? You don't give a trophy for that. You just say, hooray, you won the game. So usually the table points are more than enough to make the students happy. But sometimes you might say, I'm going to reward your table points this quarter. At the end of the quarter, I'm going to reward them. Okay, so what do you do with them? So one time I decided I was going to ask my students on a Microsoft form. You can see this is when I was playing with Classcraft. I asked them on a Microsoft form, how do you want me to apply your points? Okay, so these are some of the ideas. I'm going to show you them closer up because I don't actually like looking at Microsoft forms. I don't know, they're just not visually appealing and it's too much clicking for me. So what I like doing better is I printed up a bunch of like money, fake money, but it's not really fake money, it's coupons. That's what the word is, coupons. Yes, I can speak English. So I do have like a little bucket I call them like dentist office prizes, hooray, you brushed your teeth, go to the treasure chest and choose a prize. So they're, the Happy Meal toys that my sister sends me, or, some little trinket I found somewhere. I don't spend any money on this stuff. Because I don't have any money. I'm a teacher. Teachers don't have money. So I printed up a bunch of, I decided, okay, these are the things I'm going to do that don't cost any money. Choose a song of the week. Okay. Choose a story of the week, because I always read to the students a lot. Choose where you sit. Usually I don't have arranged seating unless I tell the students, I'm going to treat you like adults until the time when you convince me you can't be treated like adults. And then I make assigned seating. But generally I have open seating so the students can sit wherever they want, and they usually have their favorite places. But sometimes somebody wants to change it up, or I have an assigned seating class and they want to sit with their friends. So this is a very popular one, okay? Veto power. Hey guys, we're going to play this game. And you say, no, I don't like that game. You can turn in that card and oops, you've derailed me. Okay. Fridays is a listening exercise. Maybe they have a movie they want to watch. And I really want it to be culturally appropriate. But sometimes I will let that slide if the student is really into it. Choose the game of the day, which will also derail me because, of course, I've chosen a game of the day. Choose the dance or the physical activity of the week. I'm trying to teach them all a lot of folk dancing and stuff. Or food, candy. This one I do have to spend money on, or at least cook something. That's also a popular one. So real quick, Classcraft is really huge. And if you can devote a long time to pretending like you're in a D&D game, that would be super fun. That would be absolutely super fun to do. I just don't have the bandwidth right now to do it. So Class Dojo is very cute. And I let the students, I let them vote. I showed them both and I let them vote. And it was pretty close. But frankly, I can do more stuff with the cute characters than I can with the Dungeons and Dragons characters. Class Dojo also has class story images, which I have not played with at all. That'll be on my list to do. And they have Dojo Islands, which I have played with. And frankly, high schoolers are too old for Dojo Islands. You might as well go to Minecraft Education, and you can do 100 million more things with Minecraft Education. But I can see that if you were teaching elementary school, Dojo Islands would be a lot of fun. And very easy to get to. If you're already in Class Dojo, you don't have to worry about loading up Minecraft Education, okay? I talked about this briefly in Duolingo, but let's look at it again since we are, and I'm over 10 minutes. I'm going to pause here and come back to it. See you on the next video.